In the saga of the Pottsylvania Creeper, things went from bad to worse when fearless leader himself appeared on the scene.
Hello, fans.
And they went from worse to just awful when the Creeper seized our friend Rocky.
Help! Help!
Well, we can close the book on that one bad enough. The Creeper never fails.
Oh, this is awful. Terrible.
You mean about what's happening to the squirrel?
No, about I didn't bring my camera.
Meanwhile, Rocky was being dragged along by clinging tendrils toward the sinister form of the carnivorous Creeper. But suddenly, Bullwinkle dashed into the scene and began a tug-of-war with the plant for possession of his little friend.
Never fear, Rock. I'll get you out if I have to do it piece by piece.
Oh, boy. Let me go, you creep!
I'm just trying to help.
Not you, Bullwinkle, the other creep.
Oh.
Boris will must win.
Silly girl. When the Creeper grabs them, they don't get away until it lets go by itself.
And at that moment, Bullwinkle, like any red-blooded American hero, dashed home and dived under the bed.
You hear, fearless leader? Moose is chicken.
Moose is chicken?
Yes, moose is chicken.
Only in America.
But you can't just hide there, Bullwinkle.
Who's hiding? I'm looking for something. I always keep it under the bed.
You do?
And here it is.
Oh, yes, the ingenious Moose came up with a blowtorch. What's that for?
I'm going to give that creepy creeper a hot root.
A good idea, for although the end of the creeper was already halfway to town, its roots were buried right next to Bullwinkle's very own house. So just as the plant was about to engulf Rocky... And as the startled plant slackened its grip, the speedy squirrel flashed out of its grasp.
Got to get up pretty early in the morning to outwit Bullwinkle J. Moose. Boy, that thing must get up at sunrise.
Well, our heroes were safe, but the town of Frostbite Falls wasn't. For the Pottsylvania Creeper grew and grew, covering the little village like a blight. And it did no good to try to fight it either.
What's the matter with you fellers? Haven't you ever had trouble with weeds before?
What you gonna do, Eve?
I'm going to give this thing a shot in the head with some triple-strength weed killers. What?
Attaboy! Attaboy! Go to it, Eve. Eve, where'd he go?
Look at that creeper. I think that answers your question.
It's smiling.
Sort of a well-fed smile, too.
I'm getting out of here.
Likewise.
No, you mustn't panic. Remain calm. Stay where you are.
How long, Mr. Mayor?
Just till I get a running start.
Gee, I never thought one plant would take over the whole town.
How'd it be if I governed another hot root?
But by now, the wily plant had figured out a defense against Bullwinkle's blowtorch.
Hokey smoke, it's surrounded by thorns. They're impenetrable.
And what's worse, we can't even get through them.
But the ultimate horror was yet to come, for as our boys watched, the creeper formed one section of leaf and stem into a giant green vertical tower.
What is it, Rock?
Oh, boy. Now comes the best part, fearless leader. What a sight it will be.
Yes. Turn your back, bad enough.
Turn my back? I won't be able to see it happen.
I know. There's only one thing better than looking at something wonderful.
And that is...
keeping somebody else from seeing it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, how perfectly schrecklich. Oh, you ought to see this bad enough.
Yeah.
Well, what can the fearsome spectacle be that fearless leader enjoys so much? We'll find out next time in The Worryin' of the Green or The Look of the Irish.
Many years ago, in a humble but dirty cottage deep in the forest, there lived a dirty but humble mud maker. He labored from sun-up to sundown making mud, but was very poor, for then, as now, there weren't many people in the market for mud. When his day was done, he left the mud puddle and returned to the cottage where his wife always met him at the door with a hot meal.
Why must you always throw my dinner at me, dearest? Why cannot we sit and quietly sup like other folk?
Because, good husband, I am unhappy.
How can that be? You've got a fine muddy house, fine muddy food, and fine muddy me.
True, but we have no son to keep me company, and I am lonesome.
So saying, she served dessert and shuffled off to bed. This set the old mudmaker to wondering, and he thought to himself,
Being a mudmaker is bad enough, but being a mudmaker with an unhappy wife is too much. I must do something.
Early the next morning he awoke and quietly stole from the house. Crossing through the woods, he finally came to a tiny house made of cheese, where it was said a good fairy lived.
Well, what do you want, you muddy little old man?
Are you the good fairy?
Of course I'm the good fairy. Why ask a stupid question like that?
Well, it's a little hard to tell.
I suppose you want a favor.
Yes, you see, my wife is unhappy.
Big deal.
But if we could have a son to keep her company...
Okay, I get the picture. With a tap of my wand, I grant your wish.
When his head cleared, the old man thanked the good fairy.
Thanks, I think.
And staggered home as fast as he could.
You'll never guess what happened while you were away.
The house burned down.
No, I found a baby boy on the doorstep.
Hooray! It worked. Where is he?
I put him to Thimble.
You mean you put him to bed?
No, I put him to Thimble. Look.
Say.
And there, on the table, inside a thimble, slept the tiny son.
But he's so little.
Yes, but he's all ours, and he will grow.
30 years later.
But he's so little.
Why don't you go back to the good fairy and see if she'll give you something to make him grow?
Sure, I can make him grow. Take this magic chickpea and put it under his bed.
Thimble.
Put it under his thimble, then.
The mudmaker followed the good fairy's instructions to a pea, and sure enough, within 24 hours...
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Down there.
Good heavens, he's 7 feet tall.
And so is his stomach.
So they called him Thom Tum, and needless to say, the boy lived up to his name.
More food. I'm hungry, hungry, hungry. Eat. Oh, keep it coming, Mama, honey.
It wasn't long before Thom had eaten all there was in the house. Then he set off through the woods, gobbling up everything in his path.
Good grief, I better get back to the good fairy and see what she can do about this.
But when he found her...
Say, good fairy, Hey, what happened to your little house made of cheese?
Oh, some big fat kid ate it and then ran off down the road yelling, food, food!
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
If I ever find out who that brat's father is, I'll turn him into a toad. What was it you wanted to ask me?
You think it'll rain?
No.
Me either. See ya!
Now, it so happened that this was the king's birthday, and among the many fine presents he received was a beautiful fat duck.
Perhaps it is an enchanted duck, Your Highness.
You mean if I kiss it, it'll turn into a keen princess?
Could be, but I was thinking more like maybe it lays golden eggs.
They weren't golden, but they most certainly were eggs. The duck laid eggs by the dozens, the hundreds, the thousands. It seemed as though the duck would never stop, which she didn't. And before long, the castle was filled to overflowing with eggs. Desperate, the king sent out a proclamation.
Hear ye, hear ye! The king offers 1,000 Pazuzu reward to anyone who can rid the castle of eggs!
Hearing this gave the old mudmaker an answer to his problem, and he hurried to the king.
You say that you'll give me your boy, Thom Tum, and he'll get rid of the eggs.
Yes, sir, sire.
Good, then here's your money. Now give me the boy.
Okay, dear, turn him loose.
Thom ate like he never had before. Eggs disappeared as if by magic. He ate them scrambled, fried, boiled, raw. Then he ate the duck. Tables vanished, chairs were missing, huge holes chewed in the walls.
Oh, we're lost!
And calling for his fastest horse, the king sped to the cottage of the mudmaker.
You gotta take him back, or we'll all starve.
I couldn't be an Indian giver, sire.
Oh, humor me. I'm the king.
Sorry.
Well, take him back, and I'll give you a kingdom of your very own.
We'll take it.
Dearest, what can you be thinking?
There, Wallace, I have a plan.
And so it was settled. Thom Tum was returned to the old mudmaker, and he in turn was given a kingdom in a far-off land. His wife solved their problem of Thom by feeding him mud pies, which, as we all know, is enough to kill anyone's appetite. And to make certain that they would never be troubled again, no food was allowed in the kingdom. The people were always famished. So the tiny country was called Hungary, and they all lived happily ever after.
Our story opens today in our nation's capital, where the news of the attack of the Pottsylvania creeper has just hit the streets.
X-ray plant captures town.
Beats our state militia in 2-hour battle.
Man-eating plant
Chauncey, that's what I call news.
What's that, Edgar?
Look here. Vegetable bites, man.
In the White House, a cabinet meeting was already in progress. Its main subject, how to deal with the Pottsylvania creeper.
Secretary of State, I say it's a job for agriculture. It's a plant growing in the ground, isn't it?
Of course. That's why it's a job for the Interior Department.
I hear the plant just grew over a state line. That makes it a Commerce Department case.
But it's attacking the country. I think it's a job for the Defense Department.
Nope.
Why not?
It's not a defense plant.
The cabinet wasn't the only group perturbed. All over the country, people began to view plants and flowers with suspicion. The city of Squawkum, Connecticut, started obedience schools for houseplants.
Down, sir! Down, I say!
The North Dakota legislature passed a law ordering all snapdragons and dandelions to be muzzled. And in Mount Vernon...
George, did you chop down my cherry tree?
I cannot tell a lie, Father. It pulled a knife on me.
Meanwhile, back in Frostbite Falls, the man-eating Pottsylvania creeper had just about taken over the town. Its ravenous branches grew into every house, into every barn, into every chicken coop. And as it grew, its evil blossoms took on more and more of a well-fed smile.
Well, at least it doesn't eat just people.
That's better.
Isn't it?
Rock, that means it might also like to munch a moose and swallow a squirrel.
But the absolute worst happened when the Pottsylvania creeper whipped its branches and leaves into a great green tower.
Golly, Bullwinkle, that looks just like a missile.
Yes, the brainy squirrel had guessed it. With a roar, the green leafy missile sailed off the stem and into the air.
Now, why do you suppose it does that?
Just showing off, I bet.
Alas, Bullwinkle was wrong again, for as the leafy projectile reached its apex, it exploded.
Hooray!
No, Bullwinkle, look!
Oh, my stars and body, that missile threw out thousands and thousands of little leafy parachutes.
And every one of them has a seed on it.
Boris, that means there will be thousands of Pottsylvania creepers all over the country.
Makes your blood run colder, doesn't it?
Yes, the Minnesota breeze was scattering thousands of creeper seeds in a wider and wider area.
Bullwinkle, there's only one thing to do.
Move to Canada!
No, somebody's got to catch those seeds.
Impossible!
Maybe, but I got to try.
I'm with you, Rock.
Ellie!
Oop!
And the plucky squirrel zoomed upward and began gathering up the tiny parachutes.
It's working, Bullwinkle, it's working.
Little did Rocky realize that at that moment he was in the crosshairs of a telescopic sight on a rifle in the hands of fearless leader himself.
Very well, Badenoff. Pin another medal on me.
What kind, fearless leader?
Sharpshooter.
Gee, was that the shot heard around the network? The one that finally got Rocky?
Don't ask. Pin.
We'll find out next time in It's Only a Flesh Wound or Better Lead Than Dead.
Now here's our own tribute to the arts, Bullwinkle's Corner.
Hello there. Today's poem is called My Shadow. Okay, Rock. Thank you. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He stays so close behind me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Nursey like... All right, wise guy, put him up, put him up. Anytime a dang busted shadow gets flipped with me... Ooh! Okay, you've been asking for it. Ooh. Well, I still got my secret weapon. Okay, Rocky, turn off the light. Oh, fiddle faddle.
Hello out there, Peabody and Sherman here. Anyone for Tennyson?
Who's Tennyson, Mr. Peabody?
The brilliant poet who wrote The Charge of the Light Brigade.
Are we going to visit Mr. Tennyson today?
Well, no, I thought we'd visit the Light Brigade. We set the way back for Balaclava, a small port in the Crimea, in the year 1854. At that time, the Russian army had the British forces under heavy siege. We arrived on the scene just as Lord Cardigan, sitting astride his magnificent British horse, raised his sword to signal the advance.
Oh, boy, Mr. Peabody, we're just in time to see the Light Brigade charge.
You are laboring under a misapprehension, Sherman, for if you'll notice, the brigade is lighter than usual.
You're right, Mr. Peabody. The horses are there, but there's nobody on them.
It was imperative that Lord Cardigan be informed of this fact.
Brigadiers!
Stop!
Stop! What do you mean, stop out of the way? We're going to charge.
If you charge, your lordship, you'll be charging alone. A quick glance to the rear told the story.
Good Lord, they've done it again.
Done what again? Where are they?
They've all taken weekend leave for a month.
But someone's got to get them back here.
That is an impossible task.
Not for Mr. Peabody, it isn't.
Sherman's well-founded hero worship of me had done it again.
Here is a list showing where each man is spending his leave.
How many men are there?
6.
I thought there were 600.
Oh, no, there's only 6. That's why it was called the Light Brigade. The first 2 men on the list were Private Higginbottom and Corporal McChesney, and they had a weakness for Chinese food. The nearest Chinese restaurant, of course, was in Hong Kong, and that's where we found them, inside Ed Fu Young's chop suey.
You gotta get back to the post immediately.
Can't do it, lady.
No, we got 15 more courses of food coming, and we ain't going to leave till we get some.
15 more courses? That'll take forever, Mr. Peabody.
No, it won't. Hand me that fortune cookie. I inserted a substitute fortune into the cookie, and when it was opened...
The food has been poisoned. Signed, a friend.
God, blimey. We better get back to the blinking post and have our stomachs pumped.
That takes care of numbers 1 and 2. Next, Sergeant Clappingstone.
Where's he?
The city of Sebastopol, in, of all things, a circus. It seemed the good sergeant came from a family of circus performers, and in his off time he picked up a few extra rubles as a human cannonball.
There he is now, Mr. Peabody, climbing into the mouth of that cannon.
Excellent. He'll be back at the post in no time. All I had to do was charge the cannon with a little extra gunpowder, aim it in the direction of Balaclava, and the departure came off right on schedule. The next 2 names on the list were Lieutenant Faversham and Captain Trippingwell. We came across them on a tennis court in Rangoon, India. If they're that engrossed in the game, we'll get them back without their even knowing it. I took one end of the net, Sherman took the other, and we headed for the railway terminal with the match still in progress. I'm sure the citizens of India had never seen the 5:15 for Balaclava depart with a tennis match high atop the caboose.
Only one more to go, Mr. Peabody.
Yes, but that last one was a dilly. He was Colonel Fotheringay, or should I say Patient Fotheringay, for it was in a hospital in Odessa that we found him.
You'll have to be very quiet. The colonel has been stricken with severe pains in the chest. He can't be moved under any condition.
Mind if I see the x-rays?
Not at all. Here.
Close examination revealed something that only my keen eye detected. I can have him on his feet in 30 seconds. Prepare the operating room immediately.
But, Mr. Peabody, you're not going to operate, are you?
Sherman, by now you should know that I am one of the smoothest operators there is. Scissors, please. There, it's done.
Amazing, sir! Amazing! The pain is gone. What did you do?
I simply removed the metal from your tunic. Whoever pinned it on pinned it rather deeply.
By Jove! I feel so good I shall return to the post immediately.
Thus it was that all the men were present and accounted for when it came time for the Light Brigade to charge.
Brigadiers! Charge!
Oh, how thrilling, Mr. Peabody.
Not only thrilling, it helped end the war in the Crimea.
Then the British became their friends?
Well, not exactly. You see, following the war, the Crimeans borrowed a large sum of money from the British.
Don't tell me they didn't pay them back.
Well, that goes without saying, Sherman. Everybody knows that Crimea doesn't pay.
What started out as just another flower fair in Frostbite Falls has wound up as a national calamity. For Bullwinkle's entry turned out to be a man-eating plant called a Pottsylvania creeper, which proceeded to take over the whole town. Worse, that plant released thousands of little seed-bearing parachutes. And when Rocky tried to recapture the seeds, he became a moving target for Phyllis Leader. Stunned by a near miss, Rocky plummeted downward, but at the very last instant...
Wow, that was close. What took you so long, Bullwinkle?
Had to run home and get my catcher's mitt.
Oh, boy.
Of course, by this time, the creeper seeds were flung far and wide, and soon man-eating plants were growing everywhere in the United States. In swamps, in deserts, in solid rock, even in city streets. Immediately, the nation took action.
Get me the White House. Get me the Air Force.
Get me better homes and gardens.
But alas, nobody seemed to know how to attack the creeper. They tried weed killer. They tried flamethrowers. They tried bombs. Nothing worked. Within a few months, even the Empire State Building was nothing but an enormous planter.
Gentlemen, we'll just have to give up and abandon the country.
Well, how do you like those subversive apples, Chief?
Superb, Badenoff, a triumph. And for your reward...
Yes?
I am taking you both back with me.
Back? To Pottsylvania?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Couldn't we have a 5-year vacation in the salt mines instead?
Come along.
And Phyllis Leader led Boris and Natasha to a handy nearby submarine.
I always like to take the 922 sub. It gets you to Pottsylvania in time for the morning executions.
Meanwhile, back in Frostbite Falls...
It's no use, Rock. We've tried everything but kissing that thing goodnight.
That's it, Bullwinkle.
What's it?
We've tried everything but being nice to the creeper.
Being nice to a man-eating plant?
What have we got to lose?
Us.
Nevertheless, at Rocky's suggestion, people did start trying to be nice to the Pottsylvania creepers. They watered them, they fed them vitamin pills, they tucked them in at night, they gave them birthday parties.
Happy birthday, dear Potsy!
And the plan worked. The creepers survived well under the worst of conditions, but they didn't know what to make of kind treatment. They began to wilt.
Oh, Doctor, I'm so worried it hasn't eaten anybody for days.
Mrs. Johnson, you've got a sick plant here. I'd suggest 2 weeks at some nice summer camp.
And in the office of a prominent psychiatrist...
Now tell me, when did you start having these feelings of persecution?
And when the head shrinkers begin to move in, it's the beginning of the end, Rock.
True. Pottsylvania creepers all over the nation had nervous breakdowns, gave up, and simply shriveled on the vine. Do-gooding had doed good. Soon all that remained of the dreadful invasion of the Pottsylvania creeper was one lonesome little seed blowing out over the ocean, where, as fate would have it, it was sucked into the air intake of a mysterious submarine. When the sub came up in Pottsylvania and the hatch was opened, the only thing that emerged was a huge blossom.
And look, Dimitri, it's smiling.
Meanwhile, in Frostbite Falls...
Gee, Bullwinkle, where'd you get all those books on plants and flowers and trees?
I thought you'd never ask. I got them.
Oh, don't say it. And so we come to the end of another episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
The Branch Library.
Oh, dear.
And now for a word to the not-so-wise, here's Mr. Know-It-All.
Hello, knowledge seekers. Today's subject is how to train your doggy for fun and profit. To train a doggy, you need 2 things. A trainer, that's me, and a doggy. A small doggy. That's better. The first thing to do is to make friends with the doggy. Take his little paw in yours and shake hands just like he was... Next, the doggy should be trained to come when you call. Come here, boy. Come on. Other boy, come here. Come here. Here, maybe? Here? All right, you doggone dog, stay there. See? It just takes a firm hand and a... where'd it... Oh! But the most important thing is to let the doggy know just who is the master. Look into his eyes and say, you will sit up and beg. You will sit up and beg. You will sit up.
Gee, Rocky, are you all right, Bullwinkle?
Sure, Rocky.
Okay, then. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
You're certainly welcome.